Right now, somewhere in the world, millions of machines are quietly keeping life moving.
Hidden inside power stations, factories, and industrial plants, these machines never stop working.
Most people will never notice them, but engineers see them everywhere.
And if they stopped, entire processes would stop with them.
These machines have one thing in common. They all belong to one remarkable family: rotating equipment. Most people interact with rotating equipment every single day, without even realizing it. When you switch on the lights, when clean water flows from your tap, when an aircraft takes off, when fuel reaches a filling station, rotating equipment has already been working long before.
So, what exactly is rotating equipment? The answer is surprisingly simple. A rotating machine is any machine whose primary function depends on parts spinning around a shaft. Rotation is what allows these machines to produce useful work. Some move liquids, some compress gases, others simply move air, some generate electricity.
Think of a bicycle wheel. When it stops turning, the bicycle stops moving. Rotating equipment works in much the same way.
Before we meet the individual machines, there's a simple way to group them based on how energy flows. Drivers take raw energy and convert into rotational motion. Driven equipment takes that and use it to do work. Those that create rotation, drivers create the rotation. Driven equipment takes that rotation and converts it into fluid or gas energy. And generators reverse the process, converting rotation back into electricity.
Now that we understand rotating equipment is, let's meet the family. First, the pump. If you've ever opened a tap, used a shower, or seen firefighters putting out a fire, you've already experienced the work of a pump. Its job is simple: move liquids from one place to another.
Next, the compressor. Instead of moving liquids, a compressor increases the pressure of gases. Without compressors, many industrial processes simply couldn't happen. Now, compressors generally fall into two main categories depending on how they move the gas. First, we have reciprocating compressors. These use pistons moving back and forth to trap a fixed volume of gas and force it into a smaller space. Second are centrifugal compressors. Instead of a piston, they use high-speed spinning impellers to accelerate the gas, converting that velocity into pressure. Think of it this way. Use reciprocating when you need massive pressure spikes, and centrifugal when you need continuous high-volume flow across the pipeline. Let's look closer at how we maintain this heavy-duty machine. Oh right, that should be on a separate video. For now, let's move on to the next example. Then comes the fan. Fans move large volumes of air, keeping buildings cool and providing ventilation and systems safe from extreme temperatures. Closely related is the blower. At first glance, it looks similar to a fan, but it produces much higher pressure, making it useful for combustion systems. Now, let's talk about motors. Electric motors are the workhorses of industry. They convert electrical energy into rotational motion. In many plants, thousands of working at the same time. Then there are generators. If a motor converts electricity into rotation, a generator does exactly the opposite. It converts rotation back into electricity. And finally, the turbine. Perhaps one of the most fascinating machines ever built. Steam turbines, gas turbines, hydraulic turbines, different designs, one purpose: converting raw thermal or fluid energy into powerful rotational motion to drive entire systems and facilities. Different machines, different responsibilities, yet they all belong to the same remarkable family, the family of rotating equipment. Why rotating equipment matters? Because when rotating equipment stops, everything around it begins to stop too. Imagine a power station. Cooling systems may be affected. Behind every reliable machine is an engineer listening carefully, checking temperatures, reviewing vibration readings, and understanding what the machine is trying to tell us long before it actually fails. In our next episode, we'll explore one of the most important warning signs every rotating equipment engineer learns to respect: vibration.